Yo, what's going on, guys? Altair here, back again at you with another YouTube video. Today, we're going to be discussing my World Championship qualifier deck and how it went. I saved a couple of replays that were phenomenal and where I could showcase to you that Yummy still got it with a little bit of spice here and there with our own zombie vendor cards. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually at the deck list screen just to show you a few decks, just to show you how versatile this deck is, how many ways you can play it. As a matter of fact, the amount of decks I'm about to show you, half of them I didn't even touch for this World Qualifier. Also, half of them are not even here. I haven't even built them, but that's how much Dark Necromancer synergy there is in this video game. But let's check out the deck I ended up on anyway. So this is the deck I ended up on going for the World Championship qualifiers, and let's talk about it, man. So we have the full Yummy package. I'm probably gonna consider in the future just to run 2 cookies, 2 lollipops, and 2 marshmallows, because for some reason I never see these, or I see all of them in my hand. You know, like it's like the shuffler. Either I see either all of them or never see them, and I only see marshmallows. So in my back of my mind, I'm like, okay, but marshmallows at 2, and I always see marshmallows. So you know what? Maybe let's try all of these at 2. You know what I mean? Cupsy I never see. Like, them limiting Cupsy is actually annoying because you actually never see Cupsy, which is RIP, bad. RIP Cupsy, right? I think after they hit Coulson, I think it'll go back to maybe semi-limited. But when that time comes, I actually don't know, because they usually forget about post meta decks, right? Anyways, we have the full Yummy package. We obviously have Maxi. We have Ash Blossom. Very important. You gotta play that. It's the World Cup qualifier. World Championship qualifier. Excuse me. The World Cup is going on right now. That's why that was in my mind. You gotta play the hand trap hand trap mini game. You know, you gotta have Bell. You gotta have Ash. You gotta have Maxi. You gotta have all of that. No Drool though, because Drool generally doesn't hurt a lot of decks. Also, if your deck is well constructed, it could beat Drool by already having what you needed in your hand, right? Like, Drool is only out here beating poor, like, I don't know, like Dark Magician, you know what I mean? Because they gotta add so many fucking cards to their hand until they get to their end board, right? If your deck is built like that, then yeah, Drool will absolutely destroy you. Don't get me wrong, Drool is an annoying card, just not for my deck. So I don't even have it to cross it out, because I don't need to cross it out, right? 'Cause sometimes I more than have the card that I need in my hand. Plus, my end board is the same with Drool or without Drool. It's just that I get extra resources without Drool than I would with Drool. Obviously, with Drool, I would just have no cards left in my hand, which is quite unfortunate, but it's still the same end board that we're going for. Next, we got 2 bells, 3 full wallows, just to counter the game. Now, finally, we get to the GOAT. I've been talking about this guy forever, guys. I've been talking about this guy forever. I even had some Yugi pros, I'll show up the screenshots here, getting pissed at me for trying to recommend to them to run Dark Necromancer. And I still don't get why. I still don't have a single reason why they think this card is bad or this card is terrible. They always try to undermine it. Is it because, I don't know, is it because they didn't come up with the tech? Is it because they didn't come up with the constant combo lines that I have? Is it because they don't want to use it and they just want to normal summon Coulton Q instead? Sure, bro. Maybe it's all of those. But guys, this card is so underrated. There's so many ways to special summon it off of spells, like Allure of Darkness, like Gold Sarcophagus. It's an instant starter, making it five cards potentially as a starter. It also can get normal summoned. It could also get special summoned through Yummy by going into Immortal Dragon, and then Immortal Dragon, either you go into the Toxic Boxfish or SP Little Knight or Haggard Lizardos. All 3 of those cards you're able to do in that same combo, and be able to banish Dark Necromancer from the grave to the banished zone. So if he searches Yummy and Yummy searches him, wouldn't you just put 2 and 2 together and be like, oh wait, he's perfect for the deck? Like, come on. Like, how am I on the wrong side of this conversation? If this card searches Yummy and Yummy searches it, and then on top of it, the sideline of the Vendred that it does searches any ritual in the game, and then you talk about Mitsurugi and Illusion of Chaos, which also have insane synergy with Yummy, wouldn't this be the best card for Yummy? On top of all of that, guys, he's 1,000 attack. You know what 1,000 attack means? It means if you have Yummy in hand in this card, you don't have to normal summon Yummy. You can just normal summon this guy, gets Impermed, gets Bell, gets Ash, whatever, right? Go into Almirage and continue your Yummy combo as normal. You're gonna go to Yummy anyways. But he just ate 2 hand traps for you. I just don't get it. Also, it's such a custom card. Like, even if you don't want to use it for Yummy, you can use it for so many decks. It's such a custom card. All you have to do is run a zombie or fiend ritual monster. That's it. That's it. And then it could add any ritual spell. And then obviously, if you run it with the Vendred, which let's get to here, you could Harpy Feather Storm your opponent, and you get to pick and choose what Harpy Feather Storm effect you need. That's like, bro, that's like being presented. You know that meme? You get presented 2 cakes, right? And then these guys are just shitting on these 2 cakes. Brother, it's 2 cakes. Like, you have 1 cake, and then the waiter comes in and he's like, would you like 2 more, sir? And you're like, nah, I'm good. Brother, eat the cake. It's just win more at that point. Just because the card does nothing in your hand doesn't mean the card does nothing in the deck. Like, I don't get this philosophy of if it's does nothing in your hand, we don't want it. Guys, the game is built around not only just your hand, it's built around the deck, it's built around the graveyard, the banishment, and the extra deck. Even the pendulum zones. There's so many ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're frustrated because this card can't be normal summoned. It's a ritual. You're gonna get it off from the deck. As a matter of fact, it has an easier ritual summoning mechanic than Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi is just slightly better because it has the reveal into the add. So it adds its own spell, right? Vendred requires Dark Necromancer to add its spell. Mitsurugi does it by itself. But a ritual summons from the deck, it dumps it to the graveyard. You can beat Fwalos. But I just don't get it. In the TCG, this combo, you could do a double Harpy Feather Storm combo. And if you guys watch the video after this one, where it was me reacting to a Magic Pro player's take on Floodgates. And his biggest point was, oh, Floodgates are not searchable. In that same video that is going to be coming out soon, so stay tuned, I show you this double Harpy Feather Storm combo where I skip your turn on my turn, and then I skip the opponent's turn using the same effect. Now you might be wondering, how is that even possible? Well, the card is not in Master Duel, unfortunately. It's a TCG exclusive. It's Black Chaos Max, and Vendor searches any ritual, so that's what you add in hand, and then obviously on your opponent's turn, that's where you skip it. So that's the unfortunate part about it. But anyways, this adds Illusion of Chaos, right? I know if you've been watching the streams, you've been seeing me finick back and forth of which ritual I want to add. Like, for example, right here in this deck, I have Illusion of Chaos. Let's see what I have in here. Also Illusion of Chaos. Let's see what I have in here. Okay, so me too, obviously here. So you could just pick and choose whatever ritual you want. Hell, I have a Makonko deck here. And brother, I'm not gonna lie, I might get rid of Diviner of the Herald for Dark Necromancer. I'm like, Dark Necromancer would search McConko way better. Way better. You know what I mean? So it's like, brother, I don't know. I don't know why people like, look how custom the card is. Look how many cards it adds. As a matter of fact, it's a one card. Look, I have it here in a Dark Magician 60 pile. It's a one card Dark Magician Girl starter. Like, and Elza of the White Forest, the reason why it's in this deck, because Elza of the White Forest summons Dark Necromancer. And gives you an Azamina on top of it. I genuinely don't know why people just are not for this. Now, I've been trying to build a 40 card Yummy Elza version because that would be so powerful. Because think about it, the Azamina negate, all the rest of the negates, but I just don't have enough spells, guys. I have, for the 60 card version, you have enough spells. You have around like 20 spells, but in a 40 card deck, like by the time you fit all Elza and all Yummy monsters and all Dark monsters, you don't have enough space for the spells. You know what I mean? You have a space for like 8 spells, and that's it. And most of them are extenders or board breakers, so you don't want to discard them anyways with Elza. You know what I mean? So I'll probably figure out a ratio, like a good ratio with that, because that deck is honestly broken. Because you can bait with Elza, Dark, and Yummy, which is absolutely insane. So in the main deck, actually, let's just check this one out, because this one is more generic. We add Illusion of Chaos. Why? I wasn't bricking often, but the brick with the Vendread comes when you draw the ritual. Does that make sense? Because when you send this guy to the graveyard, that means he doesn't dump Vendread Core or add a ritual. Same thing, if Vendread Core is in your hand, that means this guy does not add the ritual anyways, because his effect is, if this ritual summoned card is sent to the graveyard, you could add one ritual monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do, send one vendor monster. So we didn't, so therefore it's not going to do it, which is unfortunate. I wish the effect still popped off, just if he's sent to the graveyard. Like, if this guy didn't need Vendor Core at all, he'd be top 5 most broken card in the game, bro, hands down, especially with Dark Necromancer now. But unfortunately, you do have to run Vendor Core. Now, Vendor Core in other decks are a brick. In this deck, he is not a brick. He's a level 1, so he synergizes as a normal summon with Yummy. As a matter of fact, when we banish him from the graveyard in this combo alone, he also gets us 2 Yummy. He's a very key part, because Illusion of Chaos only adds a level 1 in Magician Souls, but obviously we dump Vendor Core into the graveyard, and Vendor Core will summon himself. So that, there you go, you got 2 level 1s, or you already know what 2 level 1 means, equals Cupsy Yummy Way, right? 2 level 1s equals Cupsy Yummy Way. I took out Sky Striker because I felt bro, Sky Striker is a bit weak, right? It's a bit of a cap engine. When you're not using it like purely like for its engine, right? When you're using it for Yummy, it's so weak that to the point where you don't need those stars. You don't need Engage and Hornet Drives. It doesn't do much for Yummy. Your opponent does nothing. They don't interrupt it, and they wait for Cupsy Way anyways. With this, they actually have to make a decision on Illusion of Chaos and on Dark Necromancer, right? We're forcing them to make decisions. With Sky Striker, if you Ash, you're a bot. Like, if you Ash my Engage, you're a bot. The few people that Ash my Engage, I'm like, bro, really? And then most of the time, obviously, people just don't Ash the Engage because they don't know what type of deck you're getting into. If it's pure Sky Striker, if it's blah, 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 right? Also, it's not once per turn, so what if I have 2 in hand, you just negated 1 type of deal. So that's the basic package. I mean, those are all monsters you want to talk about. Obviously, you got extenders like Yummy Amusement Mignon, pretty standard staples like Cross Out, Call By. Shout out to the OCG that just banned Call By. I don't mind it. Listen, I've said this over and over again. If you're gonna ban Call By, you better ban all hand to graveyard effects, because there is no way you're gonna leave Ash Blossom, Fuwalos, Maxi, and you ban call by. That's what OCG did. Keep in mind, guys, they still have Joel, they still have Ash, they still have Maxi, and all the full Waddles cards. I would not want to be in the OCG when they're taking out these cards. These are the only cards that fight against it. And yes, I get it. They're toxic because they could target any other card. Even once, like, if the opponent doesn't hand trap you. I get it. They're toxic that way. Maybe you should errata them. Maybe you should say if a card was sent from the hand to the graveyard, target that card, banish it, and negate its effects. But I guess we don't use erratas anymore. We just ban stuff to ban stuff. Talk about Fallen the Virtuous. This card I added just recently to the deck. I'm sure you've seen it in previous videos. Me talking about it in my streams, talking about it. This is a fantastic card. This is a phenomenal card. I know a lot of people are upset at this card for how much resources it provides, but to be fair, it also spends a lot of resources from your deck. You need 3 slots in the extra deck. In the deck, and then you need 2 slots in the extra deck. So that's 5 slots you have dedicated to a single card. You know what I mean? Is it useful? Is it hella good? In my opinion, yes. I know a lot of people are saying this is the most healthy card in the game, or this is the most broken card in the game. I am right towards the broken. It's not broken in a sense like the effect itself is broken. I think the resource loop is broken, right? Because in all of the Go Second cards, a lot of them don't come back to your hand to be able to use again, right? With Fallen and Virtuous, it's just a constant loop of Fallen and Virtuous. And on top of it, at the end of the loop, so you use it twice, and on your second time of using it, you dump Ecclesia the Dark Dragon. And Ecclesia has a send effect where it recycles the dragon you dumped to recycle it, and it sends a card from the field. That is broken. That's absolutely broken, guys. That effect is broken. Any send effect in the game is broken, and I love to use it. As a matter of fact, like, I would always love to use Delta of Invitation, because this is an Elder starter, right? But going second, it could send Tartarus. So once your opponent has negated everything in your hand, you play Delta, send Tartarus, and then delete his entire board. I love cards like this, where, as you see, it says send cards your opponent controls to the graveyard. Absolutely broken. Anywho, I think Fallen and Virtuous is obviously, I don't think it needs to be touched anyways. A lot of people are saying it should be forbidden. God, no. I don't think it's broken to enough where it should be forbidden. Limited, no, I don't think so, because you could play it at 1. Most decks play it at 1 anyway, so might as well just have it at 3, bro. It doesn't really matter. Also, it's Brandon's new starter, so like, we gotta deal with the meta, guys, and this is the meta card for them. It's just that every deck can use it because, you know, Brandon is an extra deck merchant, you know what I mean? So every deck can use it. Other board riggers, we have Super Poly and Forbidden Droplet. Crazy, bro. The amount of resignation I've had just based on playing Droplet and Super Poly. Probably best board breakers in the game. I like Ultimate Slayer, Gordian Slicer, and the rest of them, but just not with Yummy. With Yummy, they're just not gonna work because your extra deck is actually very delicate. As a matter of fact, you're wasting a lot of slots for FNV and Super Poly. We could have 4 negates on the field. We only get to have 1 because we're running all these board breakers. And to be fair, they're broken because not only they're broken going second, they're broken going first. I could use Fallen Virtuous on anything going first. I could use Droplet on anything going first, right? Like, same thing with Super Poly. I could wait till you have those 2 monsters on the field and then Super Poly your board away. So they act as pretty broken effects in our back row. And yeah, this is the deck I mostly ran with. And obviously, instead of the true drills, I ran Bell. I think Bell is just more consistent of a card, right? And it hits harder choke points. Most decks can play past a Ash or a Droll, especially the top meta decks like Colton and Branded, but they can't do it around Bell. Like, the amount of bells I've used on Dragotail alone, man, I know they're sad. I know they're sad. So that's that's the deck profile. I know I showed you the other one, but let's talk about some of our games that I saved. So I saved a couple games for us to go over. But obviously I just wanted you guys to see that. Okay, so let's see what game we're gonna watch. Alrighty, here we are, guys. And if you guys want to watch more games, I live stream every day now, on except for Saturday and Sunday, on the YouTube and the Twitch and the Kick. But just not this week, because this week I'm at Evo. So when you're seeing these videos being uploaded, I'm not here. I'm in Vegas competing for Evo. So that's why I didn't stream at all this week. But when I come back, we're gonna hit the nail right on the coffin, guys. Okay, so we're playing Cool Tune, and this is full power Cool Tune. And the crazy part is like a lot of people here with Scoop, but as soon as I saw Call by Forbidden Droplet and Fall on the Virtuous, guys, yo, I don't think maybe Elf no FTK deck, FTK end board can deal with this. But definitely not Cold Tune. I already knew Cold Tune was about to get cooked here. So that's why, because the reason why he went all of this is so he can negate my droplet, right? So when he negates something and I droplet him, he can negate it with Zaylin. That's why he went like this. But the thing he failed to realize is, like, I could use just droplet right away, right? Like, I don't have to wait. But he thought, like, I wouldn't get rid of a spell, right? So that's the thing. Is I baited him hard here. He goes Cool Tune and Zaylin, thinking I would use Droplet so he can negate it, because he knows, oh, I wouldn't discard my spells, but I do. So it's like, sorry about it, bruh. Sorry about it, bruh. And then he sets 3-2, which is scary against Cool Tune, because you never know if this is like the twice per turn Cool Tune Synchro or an Imperm or something. So I start with Gold Sark. He doesn't negate that. 2 special summon Dark Necromancer. Tell me this is not broken. For all those Yu-Gi tubers that are trying to make fun of me, or these, not Yu-Gi tubers, these Yu-Gi-Oh pros. Brother, I played a spell that this guy came out. He's not bricky. Like, people would like to complain that he's bricky. Like, come on, bro. Anyways, special summon, he becomes level 5 because of the Floodgate. He tries to Imperm, and this is why Imperm is a bad card. Because I could just dodge it with Droplet. But the thing he didn't realize is I sent a monster and a spell, so he could not really negate me with Zaylin. So you cannot chain negate with Zaylin. He thought I would not get rid of my spells, but I did. So that is going to special summon, obviously, Vendred Battlelord. And this is Vendred Battlelord. Like, this forces an interaction from the opponent, obviously, because you can banish 1 Vendred card from your graveyard, declare 1 type of monster, spell, or trap, and negate those for the rest of the turn. They can't be activated. That forces an interaction from the opponent. And the interaction is another Imperm, because obviously I negated 2 of the Omni negates. So he has another Imperm. Again, this is why Imperm is ass and Droplet and Virtuous is better. Take Imperm out of your deck and play Droplet and Virtuous, guys. Because as soon as he targets this card, I'm like, I already knew I'm gonna target it to destroy it. Absolute cinema. Now I shut off all monster effects. Now, you might be wondering, why would you activate his effect if you have Magician Souls in the hand? Then your Illusion of Chaos that you're about to add is a brick, and you can't send Magician Souls. I have not normal summoned yet, guys. This is the power of Dark Necromancer and Yummy. They are the kings of special summoning. So I have not normal summoned, so I'm able to normal summon Magician Souls. On top of being able to normal summon Magician Souls, I needed another level 1. That's why I activate this effect. Because not only does this add the ritual IOC, Illusion of Chaos, but also dumps Vendred Core, which is a level 1. So it adds Illusion of Chaos, but it dumps Vendred Core. Vendred Core, if Vendred Core is in the graveyard, it guarantees special summon. There you go. Like I said, I normal summon Magician Souls, Link Karibo, and then here we go. Full Yummy combo. Cups of Yummy Way is going to add 2 Yummies. I'm going to dump my Illusion of Chaos because it's a brick. Yummy is going to add Surprise. And I'm going to use Surprise here. Here I try to bait Killer Toon Synchro because as soon as he switches off of Killer Toon Synchro, I'm able to play. Okay, I'm able to play the game. But seeing he didn't use it, I was like, okay, then I just have to waste both of my Yummy Surprise effects, right? Which kind of sucks. But, you know, you can't have what you want. So as soon as you activate this, I have to use Yummy Surprise. Why? Because the card he's about to summon is a level 10, which, since this is negated, the Floodgate is not working for my Yummy. But it also can summon Cold Tomb back to back, which also has the same Floodgate effect of it raises my monster's level by 2. So my Yummies become level 3s, right? And I don't want that. So that's why I go Yummy Surprise. Target them. It doesn't obviously negate the Cold Tomb Synchro, but obviously sends them back so he doesn't Synchro summon into anything. And then I do that so I don't lose Yummy Snatchy. I keep it in the graveyard so I can call it back from Lollipo. Boom, cleared his whole board. Down to the last card, and I have Bell! Down to the last card, and I have Bell, and Killer Toon is a bad matchup. Come on, guys. I'm telling you, the Dark Necromancer edition to Yummy just completes it to the last, like, spec. Like, Yummy always needs the other engine to just push it, like, slightly. I know people play Fiendsmith, which is, like, the gas version of the deck. Like, I get it. But I'm telling you right now, Dark Necromancer is Yummy's best friend. And it's a lot of other decks' best friend. I just haven't cracked the code yet because I've only played it with Yummy. Because I enjoy Yummy the most. But this is absolutely broken. I still have Bell in hand. You know what I mean? It's like... So that means, like, if he has some sort of silly, like, call by... If that was a call by set or something else set, that was not another imperm, I would have just belled it. Like, that's how perfect the hand was, guys. And that's how good Dark Necromancer is with Yummy. And obviously here I just OTK because Yummy just is an absolute monster at breaking boards. Yummy has to be like top 3 decks at breaking boards with my Dark Necromancer. Because brother wasted all his effects trying to not have Vandred resolve, and then if you're like, I'm just gonna go into Yummy. You know what I mean? That's why this deck is powerful. This is me going second. So again, and I went second most of the qualifier games, guys. This deck has no problems going second. Absolutely zero problems going second. And look at this hand, guys. I'm telling you, this hand is absolute perfection. Full Wallows, Dark Necromancer, Marshmallow, Cross Out, Draw Play. Oh my god, this is what you call the deck building. So he's playing branded Dragotail. So first he tries to Ash check me with Kidu. Obviously I have no Ash, and then he asks 5 mana. I did a misplay. I should have immediately full Wallows, knowing he does have Dragotail, just in case he doesn't have 5 mana in hand. But it's fine. I still full Wallows the special summon, so we still draw 1 here, even if he does special summon. Yeah, so it is Dragotail. And we're gonna get to draw 1 off the Brand Diffusion. It's gonna do Mirror Jade. So this is what's so funny about Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade is so bad into Dark Necromancer, and I'll explain why. Because his effect is says send 1 fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. that mentions fallen Albaz's material. Banish one monster in the field. Guess what? If you banish Dark Necromancer, he gets to special summon himself. Sorry. So he's absolutely useless against Dark Necromancer. But then he gets to set 2 Dragotail traps. Adds back 5 mana. And then passes the turn because he doesn't want to give me more draws. So basically, he has Horn and Flame. So that means I gotta watch out when I use my droplet because he could negate it. But I already seen the future. I'm like, he's gonna have to negate Revendred. He's gonna have to negate Revendred Evolution because it gets access to obviously Battle Lord, and that's when I use my droplet. Oh, and Nemesis Corridor, just in case he banishes anything, I'm able to bring it back. So this is double bad into what I have in my hand right now. So he's gonna return that right away. I don't know why he did that right away instead of for drawing, because he does have 5 mana in hand and needs cards in hand for 5 mana. So I respect it. But this doesn't really do anything. Because I have Yummy. He uses it right away, which is surprising. So what I do is I just, you know what? Let's just droplet it. Maybe I used droplet too soon, but here I'm just baiting out his flame. Yeah, see? Flame is gonna come out. That means evolution is gonna get the pass. I really don't need Marshmallow here. I generally don't. So boom, Revendred Evolution. It's gonna try to chain Ash, but cross out, baby. Good deck building. I'm like, I already knew he had 2 unknowns. So he had 2 unknowns in hand, and I already knew there were hand traps, whether there were Valor, Ash, Bell, or Droll. And it turns out to be Droll and Ash. So it's good that I saved my cross-out designator till the last round, because that forces him to 5 mana here with all cards in his hand. The fact that he drew into Ash is crazy, but I was ready for it. So he goes Labalion. We banish the Ash. So we get to special summon Vendor Battle Lord. Now the one bad thing about this card is it's an ignition effect. That means he has priority here. So I have to declare its effect, but obviously he has priority here because this is a fusion summon effect, right? Mine is you can banish to ignite this effect, right? So kind of sucks, but what can you do? See right here, I can't interact with this at all. And when he special summons Chaos Source Dragon, I can't interact with the pop either. But this is the cool thing about Vendor Battlelord. Just because he got popped doesn't mean he's done. Like, it does not mean he's done. Boom, activate his effect. We're going to add Miracle Raven. We're going to dump Vendor Core into the graveyard. And we're going to banish Dark Necromancer. Guess what? Vendor Core comes out. Dark Necromancer comes out, which makes it free material for Miracle Raven. So Miracle Raven comes out. And then Miracle Raven is going to go into Link Karibo. And then you guessed it, Link Karibo's going to go into Yummy. But Dragotail best deck, right? Dragotail best deck, right? I've been dismantling every Dragotail player with this deck. It is not the best deck. There we go. We go Snatchy. Snatchy. Mignon. Special summon them back. And we just go for OTK here. We special summon as many Yummy monsters as possible. Boom. Boom. And then on top of it, to add insult, on top of the wound, we go Nemesis Corridor, and you surrender here because there's nothing for you to do there, like, other than watch me win the game, right? So yeah, but hey, listen, man, I thought Yummy was done for. Can't compete with Dragotail in them. And clearly, I'm doing some different stuff here. So what if I do get stopped? Now there was a version of the deck that I was playing for fun, and it was the Eldritch version. And if you guys don't know, Yummy is a 1-card Eldritch starter too. So instead of playing Dark Necromancer and all that stuff, I played him with also Eldritch. So what happens if I get stopped? Right, so here I get Belled. Belled is the worst hand trap to get hit by with Yummy. And that's why I got rid of Duel and added Belled just in case I could cross it out. And there were situations where I cross it out. Now, could I have done anything else for this turn? Of course. But I had the cognitive ability of being like, Droplet and Fallen are 1000 enough to stop him doing what he's about to do. No matter what deck he's playing. If he was playing Cold Tune just now, he would not go full combo on me. If he was playing Dragon Tail, he would not be able to go full combo on me, right? So I'm like, okay, all those decks, no full combo. Let me relax. Yes, I could have played Delta into Eldritch and then continued the combo, but I would have gotten like IP and just a level 2 synchro. You know, like I wouldn't have gotten much off of it. So I'm like, okay, let's just calm down. Let's chill for a little bit and let's, you know, let's just play the game. Let's just see what he has. So we have Droplet and Fallen with Virtuous. So right away, we don't have anything but Ash to interrupt us. And this is where Fallen and Virtuous is so good, like especially into decks like Elf Note. Right here, I thought this was Luna Light. So I was gonna save my Droplet when Luna Light came on the field. The other one. What's his name? Leo? Does it show in the related cards? Nope. Of course not. It just shows the archetype. But I thought this was a Luna Light. So I thought when he adds it, boom, drop it down, normal summon. Okay, I'll drop it you. But I was like, you know what? Let's pop it. Maybe he already has it in hand. Maybe he doesn't. We don't know. So the best decision here is just to pop it. So then he does this, and then I still think it's Luna Light because Fractal is also a Luna Light starter. But no, he says Nerval, and I start getting a little bit like, whoa, wait, is this just Beast? And it is. It is just Beast. So I'm like, oh, this is phenomenal. So he goes into Snatchy. And I didn't know this, but if this card goes to the graveyard, you're able to special summon a Tri Brigade monster, which, if you don't know, Nerval is a level 1 Tri Brigade monster. So I did not know Spring Ends is a 1-card Yummy combo. So, like, I've been thinking of lately, like, how I'm able to add this, and I can off a Dark as well. So I'm like, bro, he just showed me some cool ass shit because this is a new card, and it is a light beast. I'm not sure if its counterpart was light, right? Like, yeah, it was not. It was not light. So therefore, Yummy could not combo into it. That is so hilarious, right? So yeah, Tri Brigade is a Yummy Snatchy, which is hilarious because he's able to summon a level 1. So obviously I wait for his synchro to droplet it. Like there is no way I'm dropletting anything else. Now I send everything as material here. Now the reason why is so that my my field spell can shuffle my Yummies back. Because I'm gonna need them back. So there we go. Droplet is gonna hit everything now. And that's it. That's the end of his turn. Unless if he wants to go SP Little Knight here. This does nothing. Yeah, and he does Ghost Right Elf. Fair play. He is playing Spring Ends, right? So he brings Yummy back, and he reshuffles all the cards. Also, this is techie too. Like if you guys didn't know, he hit the Sprite Elf effect after the Field Spell effect. So the Field Spell does shuffle itself back into the graveyard, which is like absolutely sick. Now, the only thing that's bad about starting with the Springing, I guess, and getting interrupted like that is you have nothing to activate Cupsy. Like, Cupsy is a null effect here. Obviously, this is where the broke Fall into Virtuous is we recycle another one. But I'm like, I don't need Fall into Virtuous. So first I shuffle back my yummies. I set to, and Delta Invitation, you already know what's about to happen. Play the video. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tartarus, man. It's Tartarus time. Tactical nuke incoming. We're about to nuke the whole field. And he had his own droplet. Sorry about it. You can't respond. I'm coming from the graveyard. Broken. Should have had call by instead. And there we go. We go full yummy combo to OTK again. How many times have you seen this site? Snatchy plus a level 1 yummy into Lollipop. Lollipop special summon back all the yummy monsters. And OTK for turn. And you already know who I had to let to get the final blow. It obviously had to be Tartarus, man. He worked hard for this one, cleared his whole board. And I've cleared worse boards with Tartarus. Like, I've cleared whole boards with Tartarus because people just let Delta Invitation go. They're like, yeah, we don't want to negate that one. I'm like, bro, your whole board is about to get deleted. All right, this one is another going second. I told you guys, I've been going second this entire World Cup qualifiers. Really, nothing has changed. Oh, cat jump scare, by the way. He's sleeping over there on my bed. Really, nothing has changed here. And look at this hand. This hand, if I had one other thing than Ash, would have been beautiful. So obviously he does branded fusion, so I'm literally forced to Ash, unfortunately. Because it locks him into fusions. So this is what this does. So there are two ways what branded fusion does now. Obviously, if you Ash it, it's not the end of Branded's turn. But what it does tell me is he can't go into Ecclesia anymore because you're locked into fusion summoning. So I'm comfortable in ashing it knowing he can't go into Ecclesia. But obviously he reveals that he is just Dragotail. Which, this is where I toggle off. As you saw, I didn't hit Keto Dragotail. You're like, why no hit Keto Dragotail? No need. You gotta save an Ash for the traps. Really important to save Ash for the traps. So let's skip through this. It's your typical Dragotail combo. Set Flame and then set Rahu. Maybe I should have asked Rahu. Knowing that he didn't have enough cards in his hand. Who knows? I still like just to save it for my turn. This special summon back Fraxel. And really, he ends up on a unique end board I haven't seen yet, but I mean, it's still powerful. He still has 3 traps in the back. And look at what I fucking top deck, bro. I'm telling you, this deck is too awesome. This deck is too awesome. We've top decked Droplet. So I'm like, all right, we're going to force him with Dark. Because I already know I have Yummy in hand and Droplet and Ash, but he doesn't know that. So we're going to force everything on Dark here. So he's going to go Sting. I'm going to do Droplet to dodge. And then he's going to do Flame, and I'm going to Ash Flame. Oh, excuse me, no, I just Ashed this right away. Wow. So then, yeah, he uses... It's the same order. It's fine. And then this is where you Droplet to dodge it. I keep Call By instead of Yummy because we're going to go into Yummy anyways through Vendred, so might as well just keep the Call By. Now look at that, bro. So many interruptions we just went through. And I do this on the basis. This is what the second deck this video, the second Dragotel video. And this is very key, guys. We know he has Horn not used yet, so we had to special summon this in defense. Otherwise, we would have lost. So now he goes 5 mana. And that's why we said the call by baby. Let's go! We knew what he had in his hand. There's nothing he could do. We call by the 5 mana. Can't go into anything else. And then you guessed it. We go into Flying Mary here to bait him sending this back with Horn. Because if I went Camellia here, okay, he would send it back and it would actually hurt us. If that makes any sense. Okay, guys? But I'm about to get 2 monsters on the field. Meaning they're gonna Camellia anyways, bro. So that's why I let that. I went into Flying Mary, so that his Horn can resolve on it and not on Camellia. So we draw Cerberus. Beautiful. He can't target us, and then this is where the yummy synergy comes in. Vendor banish Dark Necromancer. Special summon. Dark Necromancer is gonna special summon again. Same line. And now we go into Camellia. This is the intricacies of this deck. You guys cannot fathom how good this deck is. I bait him with a different link too. Knowing that I know if he horns Camellia, it's over. Like if he horns Camellia, it's over. So I bait him with a different link too. He does it. I still get to special summon 2 bodies anyways. This combo is infinite bodies. It's always Dark Necromancer, Vendor, Battlelord, and then in the graveyard, it's Vendor Core and Dark Necromancer. It does not change. You will always have 2 bodies on the field, so if they imperm you, you can still go full yummy combo. That's why it's broken. And then now we're just full. This is full yummy combo. Oh yeah, and guess what? This combo doesn't use his spells at all. It only uses 1 spell, so it's even better than Mitsurugi. You don't have to count with Mitsurugi. You have to count how many spells you use: pre-prep, call by, blah blah blah. Like on top of the Mitsurugi rituals, here you don't. You already know you have less than 3. I know. On top of it, we add Cerberus. Again, you've seen me experiment with different rituals, and Cerberus is one of them. He's also broken for this combo, but I decided to go for more utility rituals rather than negate rituals like Mitsurugi and Cerberus. Anyways, this is Cups of Yummy Way. Cups of Yummy Way is going to add 2, discard 1. Obviously, I keep Cerberus in hand just in case he has someone to target me. I know he doesn't, but just in case, you know. I don't know what he drew into. He could have drawn into a Veiler. You know, some Dragotel decks do run Veiler. And see, I knew he had something. Now, I could have activated Cerberus, but I was like, I could just easily dodge this with the Synchro 2. Bistros are bad against Yummy. They're terrible against Yummy if you have a Synchro on the field. So he had to use Bistro when I went for the Link 1, but I already had a Synchro 2, so it's just not gonna work. And I get to banish a card. I banish Brandon Fusion, so he never gets it back. And I do the classic of, again, chaining Yummy Snatchy to the Yummy Surprise. Absolutely broken. Boom. Bring back everything for OTK. Filthy. Surrenders. What can you do, guys? What can you do into this? And keep in mind, I'm not even going first. And I'm breaking these boards. I haven't even ended on Herald Pass. Like I'm just going second and I'm winning. Because again, it's just that Dark Necromancer giving the deck that extra juice. You know what I mean? But that's all the time we got for today. I don't want to prolong it for further because other replays are like this. Is I go second and I do this, or I go first and shut off monster effects and I win anyways. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really change. Like the GOAT is gonna do GOAT things. You know what I mean? Possible more videos about him in the future. Obviously, the new Angelique deck. I don't know whenever it's gonna hit Master Duel, but when it hits paper, that might be my first ever paper deck. And Dark Necromancer is a 1-card starter for that deck. I'm like, oh my god, that's actually insane. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and yeah, man, this was my championship run. Again, I just wanted to get into the regional qualifier. I just like a little statement. I didn't want to actually like go full balls of the walls grandest because you had to play it for like 24 hours with the best of the best, and that shit was just like, nah, man. Like I got work, I got stuff to do. I can't grind for 24 hours anymore, unfortunately. So those kids got it, or those people that get paid to play this game got it. And I'm just here to share the tech and the love and you know how fun this deck has been for me, especially into the most competitive of decks. Alphanotes, Dragotail, Coltoon, you name it. Well, there you guys have it. If you enjoy watching today's video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, comment down below what you thought. No streams this week, guys, because I'll be away at EVO. By the time you're seeing this, I'll be in Las Vegas for the weekend competing in Street Fighter 6 for Outcast Esports. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.